Jacksonville to get the season underway. Along with one of the all-time leading goal scorers in USL history, Corey Herzog, on Cole Pepper. Corey, it is always special on opening night, even more special for Sporting JAX, considering the circumstances.
Yeah, they want to ride that momentum, that the energy is going to come from the stadium, get the first 10, 15 minutes under the belt, get the nerves out, and then calmly play their game.
First game in Sporting JAX men's history coming up here against Hartford Athletic. Let's look back on how Sporting JAX got to this point. The club was founded in 20 USL Championship. Sporting JAX hosting Hartford Athletic at Hodges Stadium on the UNF campus here in Jacksonville to get the season underway. Along with one of the all-time leading goal scorers in USL history, Corey Herzog, on Cole Pepper. Corey, it is always special on opening night, even more special for Sporting JAX considering the circumstances.
Yeah, they want to ride that momentum, that the energy is going to come from the stadium, get the first 10, 15 minutes under the belt, get the nerves out, and then calmly play their game. First game in Sporting JAX men's history coming up here against Hartford Athletic. Let's look back on how Sporting JAX got to this point. The club was founded in 2022. Ricky Kaplan on the right, the primary chairman. Tim Tebow, you saw there as well, one of the investors. Mark Warburton, the former Rangers coach, hired as the head of soccer in March. And then in November, Liam Fox, brought over from Scotland, where he had been the interim manager for Hearts on 2 occasions, making his debut in the USL Championship. First 2 players signed by Sporting JAX, Dina Armstrong and Luke Graniter, came in December. The rest of the roster followed shortly thereafter. It has been a season of firsts for Sporting JAX. For more on those firsts, let's go down to the sidelines and Emerson Burris.
Well, guys, tonight yet another first for Sporting JAX. As this roster continues to come together, the team has spent the past month building chemistry. They had a bit of preseason training down at IMG Academy and a preseason game right here at home against Charleston Battery, where they got the 2-1 victory. But tonight, it's different. This is the first official game on the men's side in club history. I caught up with their head coach, Liam Fox, this week about the emotions of what a night like tonight is like, and he said his team is so excited. He expects some nerves as the team hits the pitch tonight, but really hopes they use that as momentum and embrace this moment. Guys, tonight isn't just the start of a season, it's the start of the story of Sporting JAX men's soccer. Up to you.
The start for Sporting JAX, and for Hartford, they hope it's a continuation of last season. Best season in club history. They won the then Jägermeister, now Prinks Tires USL Cup. Got to the playoffs before losing to the eventual champions Pittsburgh Riverhounds. They want to pick up where they left off.
Yeah, you want to bring that momentum from last year straight into this game, straight into all the firsts of Sporting JAX to try to calm them down a little bit.
The season kicks off next for Sporting JAX and Hartford Athletic. A big crowd ready to watch here in Jacksonville as the USL Championship gets underway.
For more than 150 years, Ascension St. Vincent's has delivered award-winning compassionate care across Northeast Florida, with 4 hospitals, primary care offices, urgent care centers, and freestanding emergency departments throughout the region. From everyday wellness to advanced specialty care, including heart, cancer, orthopedics, brain and spine surgery, and women's health, we're here for you when you need us most. Get the care you count on, close to home. Learn more at ascension.org/St. Vincent's.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is bigger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. Find great deals on our huge selection. Like this month, when you lease a 2026 CRV for just $229 a month, or lease a 2025 Accord for $219 a month. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues. Proud sponsor of Sporting JAX.
All right, Donkey Bunky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you. I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed their shoes up and I...
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
Sporting JAX, Pro Soccer, Pro JAX. Secure your seats now.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Ascension St. Vincent's, Adidas, Honda of the Avenues, Price.com, and Sunbelt Rentals. Let's take a look at the starting 11s, starting with the home team. Sporting Jacks coming out in a 4-3-3 formation. Corey, what are you expecting out of this group?
Yeah, you really want to see Kazan get on the ball, control the midfield, just get it started. Don't get too over-ambitious and get into the back of the line.
In terms of our player to watch for Sporting Jacks, presented by Adidas, and it will be the guy who will wear the captain's armband tonight, Kieran Sadlier, former League of Ireland player and English player. He's a guy who's played internationally, and he's one of the veterans on this team.
Yeah, you're looking for him just to lead the team, keep the energy there, and hopefully get some chances in the box and put some away.
As for Hartford, here is what Brendan Burke will roll out, a 4-5-1 formation. We actually expect to see Augie Williams up near the top, but this is a group that includes a lot of returners from their best season last year.
Yeah, and you're going to want to keep your eye on Williams. He's going to get in behind, get a lot of chances. We need to shut him down from the beginning and not let him get that little chance that all goal scorers want.
Augie Williams is the player to watch for Hartford. New addition this year, last season, with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, the champions, 9 goals, and he is the all-time leading active goal scorer in USL Championship history. He's been playing and scoring goals so long you played with him.
Yeah, definitely played with him down in San Diego, or West Coast San Diego. Very good player. Gonna work all game, and he's going to get his chance, and when he does, that's when he's a scary player.
Now, this is a Hartford team that did lose a few goal scorers from a season ago, but 12 returners from last year's best squad for a team that won 13 games and finished 5th in the Eastern Conference before losing in the first round on PKs to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, the eventual champions. We're seeing a lot of shots around Hodges Stadium tonight. A big crowd here for the first ever USL Championship game for Sporting Jacks. Sporting Jacks women's team has started off extremely well in the Gainbridge Super League. About 2/3 of the way through the season, the women are atop the table, and they have set the standard that the men will try to reach here in Jacksonville as well. Jacksonville there in the blue tops and white shorts. It's the white shirts for Hartford as they get set to go here. There's Emil Jääskeläinen, who will play in that center forward position for Sporting Jacks. We are just moments away, from getting things underway here in Jacksonville. See some of the crowd around here in Hodges Stadium. Kickoff to tonight's match has been delayed briefly. We expect the match to begin shortly. Let's talk about these two coaches, though, Corey, coming into this game in very different situations. Liam Fox, the Sporting Jacks coach, learning a new league, learning a new team, setting the culture for a team coming in here. It's a huge opportunity, but it's also a huge challenge.
Yeah, definitely looking at his style of play, what he's going to bring to Jacksonville, what kind of style is he going to play that not only they are playing, but the kids in the stadium are looking at and how they're playing.
As for the coach on the other bench, Brendan Burke, you have some familiarity with him as well. He's trying to maintain momentum. He's really worked hard to try to develop the culture that he wants in Hartford.
Yeah, Brendan's a great coach, as you can see from his first year to now. What he's brought to it, he's brought wins, he's brought momentum, and that's what he's trying to bring into this year.
Former head coach at Colorado Springs, also Houston Dynamo, the 6th coach in club history. And we are off and running here in Jacksonville as the USL Championship season, which kicked off last night with Lou City beating Lexington. And now, for the first time ever, it's a USL Championship match here in Jacksonville. Throw coming here for Matt Real for Hartford.
This is what Brendan Burke was talking about, trying to get those chances, getting something early to calm this crowd down.
One of the things that Sporting Jacks will want to do is ride the energy here in the stadium. So these early moments could mean an awful lot for both sides. This one headed away and out for a goal kick. Christian Oliveras and Wahab Akwe down for a moment. Might have gotten a head-to-head contact there. The Sporting Jacks center back, he and Antonio Gomez will form the interior defense for Sporting Jacks. There's Oliveras, who's on loan from St. Louis. What do you want to see from Sporting Jacks in terms of their build-up? This team still learning one another as the preseason has gone on now into the start of the season.
Yeah, you want to see him be confident on the ball, but you also want to see him get smart.
Gaskalainen plays it out wide to Sadlier. Kieran Sadlier putting on the Jets. Well defended there. Arturo Dispay with a slide tackle. Let's talk about our keys to the game. We referred to feeding off the energy for Sporting Jacks. When you're at home with a big crowd, you want to use that as the 12th man.
Yeah, definitely, especially the first of many games here, and this is the first. Means a lot to a lot of people. If they can get this first goal, get this crowd behind them, be a great opportunity for them.
Meanwhile, playing away at a team for their first game, Hartford wants to be pragmatic. Here's Alcock, who wins the corner for Sporting Jacks.
And you can see already, they're already on the attack. Right back's getting up the field, getting a corner, playing with his right mid. Good combination there, and see if they can connect on this corner.
Alcock, who was with North Carolina FC last year, that team suspending operations. There are a couple of players who made their way south to Jacksonville from North Carolina. It'll be Juan Cousin to take the corner for Jacksonville. This one swung in, headed high, and headed away by Hartford. It'll be a throw for Jacksonville. Set pieces, long throw-ins, that sort of thing. As the season goes on, these teams will work a lot on those, but you wonder with the new squad how much they've been able to put into practice some of these set pieces.
Yeah, it looks like both teams have long throws, so it could be a lot of get in the box early.
Here's Alcock with a long throw. Spinning one into the box, sent back out. And Neville tried to swing one in. Goal kick coming for Hartford.
The relationship early between Alcock and Neville look a little good. Looks like they've been working well during the preseasons, coming out here, doing well. Neville getting around them, looking bright so far.
And for those who might be wondering, yes, that is from the famous Neville family of footballers from England. Gary is Harvey's uncle, and Phil, his dad, now the head coach of the Portland Timbers. There are a number of players on this team that have good football genes. There's Soto, the 19-year-old, swinging it back. Gomez coming forward. Out wide, here's Neville. RV Neville. Get one through. Second ball won by Tyshawn Rose. Rose, who is from East Hartford, Connecticut. There's Soto in the box, and it's covered up by Anthony Siaha. Good opportunity there for Sporting Jacks.
Soto's energy and work rate really got in behind there. Defender wasn't ready for it. Soto got unlucky, didn't get a finish in the box.
Hartford trying to counter here. Long ball over the top. Too much, though, as Mishi and Galena tried to go after it. You would think that for Hartford, Galena and Augie Williams connecting and building that rapport is going to be key for their attack.
Yeah, it looks like them two together up top is going to be very dangerous, and we got to keep an eye because you can see as soon as they get the ball, they're looking for Williams and Galena in behind.
Gaskalainen will play it out wide. Here's Sadlier. Put on the brakes. And another corner coming for Sporting Jacks.
And you can see the identity coming from Sporting Jacks. Get the ball wide, get balls in the box, just be on the tack and get everybody forward.
Sadlier scored the game winner against Charleston Battery in the only home preseason friendly for Sporting Jacks. Beautiful shot to the upper 90. Time for Sunbelt Rentals corner kick. Sunbelt Rentals in your corner for all your equipment rental needs. And this one sent just wide. That was a great opportunity. I believe it was Akwe who got ahead to it. Let's take another look.
It's a great ball in. If he can get this on target, it's 1-0 Sporting Jacks. Unfortunately, just comes off the side of the head with a little bit of the spin. If he can head that down across the goal, 1-0 Sporting Jacks, and what a start that would be.
Akwe's head has been right in the middle of things here in the opening 5 minutes. Trying to get it to Gaskalainen. Cousin heads it left for Tyshawn Rose. Gomez. Neville. Dispossessed. Moreta. And played the advantage for a moment, and then a whistle.
Yeah, you can see in the Sporting Jacks when they're building out, when the center back has the ball, Neville kind of tucks inside there and lets the space kind of go to him.
And now Cousin is booked. I don't know if he was initially going to get the yellow card, but he protested. It may have been for dissent. Take a look here. Went down to his backside and got back up. Slide tackle. May have been dissent for Juan Cousin. Cousin also continuing to have the conversation now with Matthew Corrigan, the referee tonight. Real to stand over it along with Anderson. Anderson going short with it. Now sent back out in a hurry by Sporting Jacks all the way back to the feet of Anthony Siaha, the Hartford goalkeeper.
Two early set pieces for Hartford. Sporting Jacks has defended them well, cleared their lines, did very well early opening stages from a Hartford team coming in.
They've weathered this first 9 minutes anyway. When they get through that first quarter hour, usually a lot of times in those preseason, the early season games, teams are trying to feel each other out. Both of these sides have been going after it, though.
Yeah, you can see the energy on both sides. Just need to calm down, get the ball down. When they do, get it wide, get your crosses in, finish your chances.
Rose the header. And again, Soto. Augie Williams working hard. And whistle for the foul. There is Tyshawn Rose, former captain at Boston College. Played last year for Huntsville in MLS Next Pro. Coming off an injury in 2023. Feels like he's all the way back now. Neville. Hartford regains possession. Akwe got in the way of that one. Now this one high into the box. Barry Coffey chasing onto it. And out. Coffey, a guy who Brendan Burke really raved about when we talked with him earlier this week. Scored 26 goals in the League of Ireland Second Division last year. And coming into camp, Burke has said that Coffey has been very impressive, very fit, very smart with the ball, really understands the game.
Yeah, I played with an Irish lad back then. They're very tough, always very fit. See if he can get some goals for Brendan this year.
Real. Now we'll go with a long throw. Into the box. Headed away by Evans. And into the arms of Christian Oliveros. He'll play it long.
You can see his idea there. Alcock was in. If he hits that.
Here's Jacob Evans. Now wide Sadler now on the right side. Neville making the run to the outside. Sent in to Jaskalainen. A little heavy on the chest. Now Soto, spin move at the top of the D. Couldn't keep possession. That was a bit of fancy footwork, but it didn't pay off.
Right now you're really seeing Sporting Jacks control the middle of the field.
Here's Rose. Out wide, Alcock sends it in. Sent back out. Rose tracks back to it. And Sporting Jacks will reset. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Goes again. Ball has found his feet quite a bit here in the opening 13 minutes.
Yeah, you can see when Hartford gets in that low block, they kind of drop to a 5-3-2. And Neville and Rose are going to have a lot of space to get on the ball, turn, and get some overlaps with their outside mids.
Sporting JAX has had most of the ball and the best pure chance so far in this game. Both sides looking for the opening goal of the season. One sent to the top of the box and off the head and through, and Galena got to it. And a corner coming for Hartford here in the 14th minute in Jacksonville. Hartford has won 12 games each of the last 2 seasons under Brendan Burke. You can really sense in talking with him, though, he's expecting more out of this club this year.
Yeah, he's expecting a lot out of their club this year. They missed just a home playoff game last year and unfortunately lost to Pittsburgh, who eventually won it last year. So he's looking for a little more home playoff game. Obviously top seed in the East, but it all starts tonight.
Go short with it. A little bit of a heavy touch there from Anderson. Cleared out for the moment by Jacksonville. Sent back in over the top. An opportunity here, cleared away, but not all the way out. Gomez, the header. Neville tracks it down.
What a ball by Neville right there, just counter this attack.
Sadlier and Soto on the run. Soto out wide. Sadlier following. Now Kuzan. Jackson change fields here to Neville. Alcock. Evans. And Akwe. Sporting Jack showing a lot of patience here. Looking for the opportunity in the buildup. Sadlier. To Gomez. Tried to go for the diagonal and didn't connect.
Yeah, you can see Kuzan, Evans, and Soto in the middle, finding those spaces, making the decision for the center backs a little easier and giving more space to Neville and Rose on the outside.
One of the things that should be pointed out is that this is not likely to be the group of 11 you'll see out there a lot for Sporting Jacks, at least in this incarnation. As Galena whistled for the foul on Neville. There are 3 or 4 players who are coming internationally to wait on visas to get cleared. And so some of these players are out here with an opportunity to impress Liam Fox as you take a look at the bump. And to see what this team will look like before those players are folded in, certainly something to follow.
Yeah, and what you want is just minutes out of those guys. Get that experience, even if they're the young guys. Can't do turnovers there, though.
And giveaway, but taken back by Soto. Seems to be hurt now. Zeke Soto down on the pitch. Play continues. Soto is still down in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Now, referee Corrigan sees it, and he'll go over and check him out. Zeke Soto, just 19 years old, the San Diego native. Spent time with Charleston Battery and assisted on Sadlier's go-ahead goal against Battery during the preseason. You take another look there, maybe an overextension.
Yeah, he's brought up a lot of spark in the first 16 minutes. On the end line, spin move on top of the box. He's just 1-2 touches away from getting a good chance for his forward up top.
There's Liam Fox He wants his teams to be aggressive and play with an edge. Let's check in once again with Emerson Burris.
Thanks, Cole. Hartford Athletic comes into this season looking to build off the way they finished last year. Head coach Brendan Burke told me a big reason for that optimism is continuity, with 12 players returning from that roster. He says having so many familiar faces back helps the group better understand the system and the demands of how they want to play. Burke also mentioned this is the first time in the last few seasons they've been able to start the year with most of the group already in place. After spending the past couple of years rebuilding this roster, he said now there's a comfort and rhythm in the way this team prepares headed into the season. Cole.
And another foul. Emerson, thank you. Coffey went down, asking for more. Got Coffey and Sadler there, who both played in the League of Ireland.
Yeah, Kuzan's got to be a little careful with that foul, with that early 7-minute yellow card. Ref's going to keep an eye on that, but I think he's getting away with one.
Already a couple of Sporting Jacks players starting to get loose down beyond the touchline. Free kick from a long way away here for Hartford. All the way through, Oliveras had the near post covered, but there was a moment there where the ball came across his face where we heard some gasps in the crowd.
Yeah, some of the Sporting Jacks didn't follow their runners there. If that's a little lighter of a ball, could be a really good chance for Hartford.
Look here. Sporting Jacks had the best of it early on. Lately, it's been Hartford on the front foot.
Yeah, you can see the rotation when they build out from one side and work on the switch. The outside back comes in as the winger drops off to get the ball to create that one-on-one opportunity for the winger.
There's Evans, Neville, and another giveaway. And here goes Ingalina off to the races again. Misha Ingalina scored 5 goals last year for Hartford, still has it out in front and trickles wide. Ingalina continues to create problems for that Sporting Jacks back line.
Yeah, and the way Sporting Jacks play is very aggressive on their outside backs. They got to be careful with those turnovers, because when they do, you got Williams and Ingalina running at you with your 2 center backs 2-on-2. Not many center backs are going to want that pairing.
The corner coming for Hartford. Real to take this one with the left foot. Hartford looking for the breakaway goal here. Another set piece opportunity. Real over everybody. It'll be a goal kick for Sporting Jacks. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish-language sports network. Detroit City FC face off against newcomer Brooklyn FC on Saturday, May 14th at 4 p.m. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Long ball ahead, tried to get it to Jääskeläinen. Play down, it will be a throw for Sporting Jacks. Corey, what are you seeing from Jacksonville here after that initial surge?
Yeah, they're calm to get the game down, get the ball down. They're starting to get the center backs and the outside backs on the ball a little more. And when they do, that creates that one-on-one opportunity out wide that I think they really want from their wingers.
Coffey went for it, cut off by Rose. A long ball ahead and out. Throw for Sporting Jacks as we near the midway point of the first half here in Jacksonville.
Hartford did do well in the first 20 minutes of shutting down those chances and kind of taking the energy out of the building. One Sporting Jacks goal, this energy will be back up.
Neville and Evans both went for it. A friendly fire there. Kuzan plays it back to Antonio Gomez. On loan from Austin FC. Here's Rose. Now Evans. Off to the races, Evans. Sadlier. Back to Kuzain. Now back to Kieran Sadlier. Rose coming forward. This one heading all the way through.
Yeah, you can see the build out's good there. Just need a better cross there from Rose.
We should point out that tickets for Sporting Jacks, get the prorated season tickets now. Just go to sportingjacks.com or call 904-863-KICK. Season tickets start at just $10 per match. You can scan that QR code to secure your seats. One set ahead. Williams and Akwe coming together. So far, I think, Corey, you'd say that Hartford looks like a team that's played quite a bit of soccer together. Sporting Jacks trying to find those moments of brilliance. Here's Soto. Tried to get it to Jaskalainen. Turned away. Soto pushed from behind. No whistle. Throw in coming for Hartford.
Yeah, you can see Hartford when defending, they're in a 4, but once they get into that attack mode, they drop to a 3. Their wing backs go high, and they're in counterattack mode right away.
Soto whistled this time. Zalcock also pleading his case. Hartford for the throw. Augie Williams. Hussein plays it along the ground. And Alcock overran it a bit. Another throw coming for Hartford. So much energy at the start. And you wonder if time for a deep breath now.
Yeah, now you can see Hartford kind of taking slowly over the game. They're really trying to get Williams and Neglina in behind with their speed.
Here he is with Akwe on him. Miche Ngalina, leading returning goal scorer for Hartford. This one headed away by Gomez for Sporting Jacks. Sent back in, but to no avail. Right now, Sporting Jacks has 2/3 of the possession in this match.
Yeah, you can see that from the first 20, 22 minutes that they had control of the game. Hartford kind of getting into it a little bit now. Got through the first 20 minutes of their energy in the first game here in Sporting Jacks. Playing well now.
Talked about being pragmatic away. Another giveaway and a shot into the body of Oliveros after an errant pass from the goalkeeper. Here's Tyshawn Rhodes. It has been a fairly pragmatic approach by Hartford thus far, and it's produced a couple of opportunities. Evans playing it ahead for Sadlier. And player down right at the halfway line. We got Jaskalainen.
Yeah, looks
Fans
like he
calling
caught
for a card, you see.
Looks like just incidental head-to-head.
Let's see if we can pick it up here on the replay. Yeah, incidental but.
Still, yeah, good call on there.
Still taking a couple of Tylenol.
Yeah.
Escalina will come off for the moment.
Yeah, Escalina still hasn't really gotten into the game, hasn't got his touches, but as a good forward, you just want to stay high. You don't want to come find the ball. Do what you're supposed to do from minute one. Don't look to come into the midfield space. Stay high. You'll get your chance and finish it when it does.
Neville on the drop ball will play it all the way back. Augie Williams trying to create some havoc for Hartford, and again forces a turnover for the moment. There's Neville. Escalina back in. Neville out wide. Sporting Jacks looking to build something here. Neville will turn it back. Kuzain changing the point. Set into the top, a deflection. And Siaha comes over to clear it out. That was a potential moment for Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's a great ball by Rose. Unfortunately for the forward, just didn't get enough on it to get it down on target. But another long throw from Sporting Jacks.
And this time it will be Ahmad Alcock. Former North Carolina Tar Heel. Confusion there, and here comes Ingalina out of the backside for Hartford, defended by Rose.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. Forward comes back onto it. Kuzan could have had a left-footed shot on goal.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. There have been some half chances for Sporting Jacks here. In the middle of the park, Morena throws it forward. Galena. One sent to the top of the box and deflected wide. Oliveira's a little late in responding to that one. Augie Williams was right in the mix.
And that's what we're talking about, Williams. He'll find that little space in between the center backs and the right back. Just find that little space. You're thinking he's going to finish that. We can't give him that many opportunities like that again.
85 career goals in the USL Championship for Augie Williams. Most of any active player. A long way to go to get to the top of the all-time list, but still at his age, 28, some more miles in those legs. He has usually been good for double digits in terms of goals every year.
Yeah, he's one of those forwards that you just know you're going to get 10 goals out of him. You're just wondering, am I going to get 20? He's always going to give you 10 to 15 goals a year. He's going to work hard. He's going to give you those chances. And it opens up space for his striker partner, too.
Past the half-hour mark. Sporting Jacks, again, dominating possession. Both teams have had some dangerous moments thus far. There's a header. Evans trying to run onto it. Throw coming for Sporting Jacks. Tight quarter, Alcock. Back to Neville. Kuzain on that side. And all the way through Akwe. And there's Augie Williams running after him. Make sure nothing's easy. Sporting Jacks looking, trying to find that rhythm. Here's Evans. Gomez. Evans again. Right at James Point, defender fell down. Sadlier on the side. Tried to get to the byline. He was cut off there, though. Sebastian Anderson doing the work.
Thought he could have got a cross in there with his left foot. Just put it in the box. Anything can happen after that.
All the way back to Christian Oliveros. Tyshawn Rose. Sadlier. Kuzane. Back to Sadlier. Again back to Oliveros. The Tacoma-born goalkeeper on loan from St. Louis City. Gomez. Soto will play it wide for Neville. Harvey Neville. Swings it toward the spot. Header. Jääskeläinen just wide. Emil Jääskeläinen with a great look at it there. The former two-time Northeast Conference Player of the Year. Almost with the first Sporting Jacks goal in a USL Championship fixture.
Yeah, it's a great ball by Neville, finding Jääskeläinen. If he could just get that on target, 1-0 Sporting Jacks. Unfortunate, but it's a good look from Neville.
Another player who has been around the game an awful long time. His father made 530 appearances as a goalkeeper in the Premier League. Get your Sporting Jacks gear now. Visit sportingjacks.com/shop for everything from shirts and hats to t-shirts and scarves. The official online store for Sporting Jacks. A lot of Sporting Jacks gear in the crowd here tonight. This will undoubtedly be a club attendance record. Certainly for the men, obviously, first game. It's a very good crowd, near capacity here at UNF Sages Stadium.
Yeah, they're waiting for that first goal from Sporting Jacks. Who's it going to be? Write your name in the history books.
Well, for the women, it was Jade Pennick. She'll be remembered forever in Jacksonville.
There it is.
Who will it be for the men? Final 10 minutes of regulation time here in the first half.
Big 10 minutes for Hartford right now. You want to try, if you can get to, if you would have said before the game 0-0 at halftime playing Sporting Jacks first ever game, you would take that.
You wondered what kind of a game this would be. You thought it might be a high scoring affair. So far it's been just the opposite. Here's Soto trying to run onto it. And whistle for the foul. He went down right on top of Jordan Scarlett. Scarlett, the 30-year-old, with a teenager running him down. You see him shaking his head. See the shot so far in this game. Just the one shot on target, which was from outside of the box, handled by Oliveros. And Siaha with an errant kick. Gives it back to Sporting Jacks. See Liam Fox there in the technical area for Sporting Jacks. Jääskeläinen pulled down. They played the advantage. Here's Kuzane. Tried to lay it off. Didn't get enough on it. Cut off by Tyshawn Rose. Out wide for Kieran Sadlier. Sadlier sends it in. Sent right back to him. It'll be a throw for Sporting Jacks. Kind of sensed the moment here for Jacksonville as they turned up the turbo just a bit.
Yeah, unfortunate by Kuzan. Couldn't find him on the outside, but thought he could let one rip with his left foot. Just see what happens. Get shots on goal. Get balls in the box. Good things happen.
Here is Neville coming to it. Harvey Neville. Out to Ahmad Al-Kak. Neuroscience degree from North Carolina and his master's, by the way. Talk about student athlete.
Yeah.
And it will be a throw. Sporting Jacks tickets available by going to sportingjacks.com or by calling 904-863-KICK. Secure your seats now for the rest of the season for the men or the women. Use the QR code. There are 4 more home matches for the women, the Gainbridge Super League, and the entire season remaining for the men here at Hodges Stadium. The long ball for Hartford. Ackway got his head to it. And Tyshawn Rose will track it down for the home side.
You can see Evans really likes this right side on the midfield over here. Getting really good overloads, creating 3v2s, 4v3s, just keeping the ball tight.
Zane. Neville sends it back to the keeper, Oliveros. Hartford has withstood every surge from Sporting Jacks so far, and there have been a few of them. Jääskeläinen chested down for Evans. Tried to slip it through for a sprinting Sadlier. Cut off by the Hartford defense. Now Kuzan the takeaway. Here's Jääskeläinen. Alcock. Ahmad Alcock working his way into the box. Spun back. It will be a throw-in for Harvey Neville and Sporting Jacks here in the 39th minute.
Alcock had that chance to just cross it between the legs, right in between the legs with his right foot. Unfortunately, cut it back, tried to bend it back post. But it's better for Sporting Jacks. Get balls in the box like the first 10 minutes.
Neville waiting for his opportunity here. It's fairly warm. It was humid earlier today. Got into the 80s in Jacksonville. It's in the 70s now, 72 degrees at kickoff. But humid. And early in the season, fitness could become a factor in the final 5 minutes of the half.
Yeah, you're always wondering, first game of the season, how we feel in the preseason, how many of the players are 90 minutes fit.
Back to recently acquired Britton Fisher. Fisher on loan from Minnesota United 2. Laid out wide. Along the ground by Anderson. Sent out for a throw.
Defensive shape when the ball does go wide for Hartford is very good. Kuzan and Evans drop. They have that back four with the two sitting in the middle. It's very tough to get the ball in and around the middle of the field there.
Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Long throw for Hartford into the box. Jääskeläinen the header. Now right out in front, Williams was there. Couldn't quite get to it. A scary moment as Oliveros grabbed it with both hands.
Yeah, luckily that didn't go 2 feet to the left, right at Augie, 2 yards out from the box.
You can just see his feel for the game. He knows where a center forward should be parked.
Yeah, hence the 86 goals.
They did not come by accident. There's Coffey playing it out wide. Anderson.
Now Hartford's kind of getting a little bit of that confidence in that midfield of playing, as I say that.
The giveaway. Here's Alcock. Evans lets it go for Kuzan. Sends it wide for Tyshawn Rose. The left back coming forward. Puts on the Jets. Slides one through. Defended by Hartford. And a whistle. Foul on Jacksonville.
Not sure what that call is.
I think they got Soto. He's not sure either.
Oh, he says he's holding him on the hip.
Some good lip reading.
Yeah.
Not your first time. Let's see if that was right.
Augie thinks he did.
Jacksonville throw coming here in the 43rd minute. Wouldn't expect much in the way of stoppage time. A minute, maybe two.
I'll confirm shortly.
Here's Williams, chesting it down. Moreta all the way back into the center circle. Hartford trying to develop something here. Big hop, ruined that opportunity for Athletic.
I misread that one.
All right, 0-0 right now. How should both teams feel about the way the first half has played out?
Yeah, I think if you're both coaches could be happy with this 0-0. Unfortunately, Hartford probably a little more. Sporting Jacks probably wanted that early goal, get the crowd into it. But if you're Hartford, you just want to get through these next 4 minutes. You don't want to let Sporting Jacks get that energy, get into halftime and all that. And on the other hand, if you are Sporting Jacks, try to get that one before halftime.
Here's an opportunity for Hartford in the box. Oliveras can't get it, and it's in. Augie Williams scores to make it 1-0 Hartford Athletic. The active goal leader adds another to his tally.
And that's what good forwards are going to do. They're just going to find the ball in the box. And unfortunately, it came right to him in the right spot. And what's he going to do? Put his 87th goal in the USL Championship books.
Take another look. This one, not a thing of beauty by any stretch. But Williams stayed with it. And the quick turn, fired in the back of the net. Augie Williams, one of the newcomers for Hartford, acquired from Pittsburgh, where he played last season. Scored 10 goals for Indy before that. 29 goals in 2 seasons for Charleston. And he gets the first goal of the season for Hartford with his new club. We're hearing 3 minutes of stoppage time to be added here at the end of the first half.
And that's what Brendan Burke said he does bring. He's just a fox in the box. He's going to find that little bit of space. And I said we can't let him have that. He almost put one in earlier in the game. Can't give him 2 chances.
USLChampionship.com called the acquisition of Augie Williams the #1 offseason move in the league. And it's paid dividends in the 44th minute.
Yeah, I mean, top goal scorer active in the league. Get him on your team. Sounds like a pretty good offseason to me. We can build off this.
Soto took a bump and a yellow card for Dispay. Here in first half stoppage time, Arturo Dispay, the yellow, and Sporting Jacks will have a free kick in a dangerous spot.
It's a good chance for Sporting Jacks to get that one back, get a little life into it going into halftime. And on the other hand, you're Hartford, you want to defend this. You don't want them to get them right back into it and get a little life.
Sadlier set up to take this one.
A little far out for a shot, but it looks like he's lining it up.
Sadlier. Sends it in, headed away by Dispay. Cousin dispossessed by Augie Williams. Williams is doing it all right now for Hartford. Throw for Jacksonville coming.
Looked like the sideline ref called a foul there. Center ref waved him off.
Final minute of stoppage time here. Opportunity for Sporting Jacks. Neville sent it in, and a corner coming here in the dying moments of the first half.
And this is very good reaction from the goal they let off. They put on the front foot. They're getting balls now back into the box like the first 10, 15 minutes. Get chances, get corners, put the ball in the box.
Ron Cousin sends the corner in, headed away by Hartford. Neville goes to track it down. So the set piece is not developing into anything for Sporting Jacks here in the first half. They've had some opportunities, but it was taking advantage of the mistake by Augie Williams. That's the difference so far in the opening 45.
Yeah, Cousin's putting some good balls in there in the corners. Just need to be more aggressive, attack the ball. It looks like, as we see there, Hartford is the first one winning those balls.
And there's the whistle at the end of the half. Augie Williams with his first goal with his new team gives Hartford the 1-0 advantage at the break. Corey, we expected this might be a back-and-forth affair. Certainly a pragmatic and successful first half for Hartford Athletic.
Yeah, I think if you split the half right down in the middle, Sporting Jacks had the first 18 to 20 minutes, had some chances. Then Hartford kind of grew into the game. The energy kind of left Sporting Jacks, left the stadium. Hartford kind of took over. And if you give that man space in the box, Augie Williams is going to punish you.
Halftime straight ahead here in Jacksonville. Hartford Athletic, the 1-0 lead over Sporting Jacks as Jacksonville sees the inaugural USL Championship matchup. Back with our halftime coverage right after this.
All right, Tunky Bunky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed those shoes up and I...
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
At ViStar Credit Union, we know life's a journey. Birthday parties turn to wedding parties. There are first steps and missteps. Just know ViStar is there with banking made for moments big and small. A home where a family grows, or that convertible for the open road. It's a journey we are on together. It's why we support hundreds of local nonprofits, volunteer throughout the Southeast, and simply care. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better.
Come on, Marshall, let's go. Marshall, no.
Marcia's here for daycare.
You obsess over her, and so do we. With daycare, overnight, and spa services, from the most trusted name in the game, Dogtopia. Better lives together.
1-0 Hartford Athletic at halftime over Sporting Jacks as the Dino Run gets underway on the track here in Jacksonville. It has been a big week here on Florida's First Coast. Earlier this week, a big announcement for Sporting Jacks as they rolled out the vision for their permanent home. It will be not too far from Hodges Stadium, just north of the St. John's Town Center. This mixed-use development that will include a 15,000 capacity stadium is the vision for the long-term home for the men, the women, and other events around Jacksonville. We're seeing more and more of this around the USL, in particular with championship teams who are looking ahead to potentially being teams in the USL Premier, wanting to have a 15,000-seat venue. Sporting Jacks expects to be able to hold not only the men's and women's pro soccer games here, but also high school events, concerts, community events, and more. Just the start of things, but a lot more to come for Sporting Jacks in their mixed-use stadium development district. More to come straight ahead from Jacksonville. A 1-0 Hartford Athletic lead here at halftime.
Match day one, it's the season opener of the USL Championship.
No time like the present for these teams to make a statement and begin the campaign on the right foot.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Sporting JAX is proud to offer Bomani Espresso Martinis. Bomani comes in 2 delicious flavors, Skinny Espresso Martini for black coffee lovers, and Vanilla Espresso Martini for those who enjoy latte-style beverages. Both flavors are made with real coffee and real vodka, and are dairy and gluten-free. With half a cup of coffee's worth of caffeine per can, Bomani is perfect for a halftime pick-me-up. Stay electric.
1-0 Hartford Athletic, the lead over Sporting JAX, as Jacksonville hosts the first USL Championship match in club history. Along with Corey Herzog, I'm Cole Pepper. Let's look around the league, including last night, Lou City with a dramatic 2-1 victory in the battle for Kentucky, topping Lexington SC. Earlier tonight, Charleston, a 2-1 victor over the defending champion Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Goals by Sean Suber and Wilmer Cabrera got it done for the Battery. In Birmingham, they're in a weather delay. Legion and Tampa Bay Rowdies will have to wait it out, and just underway in Texas. San Antonio FC and Phoenix Rising underway. The rest of the weekend schedule looks like this. You've got El Paso Locomotive hosting Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Out west tonight, you'll see Orange County and Las Vegas Lights. Monterey Bay hosting Oakland Roots in another California matchup. And Sacramento Republic welcoming Tulsa to town. Tomorrow, Brooklyn FC makes their USL Championship debut as they host Indy 11. The upcoming schedule brought to you by Adidas. Now let's see what else is going on around the USL.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines for this week. A ton of roster movement during the offseason saw Lexington SC set records with player signings. Midfielder Aaron Malloy signed a 6-figure deal just ahead of another big addition, forward Philip Goodrum. And the championship welcomes 2 new clubs, Sporting JAX and Brooklyn FC, who boasts its own big signing during the offseason, last year's Golden Boot winner in League One, J.C. Obregon. We have many storylines to watch, including one of the championship's rising stars, Sacramento Republic midfielder Blake Willie. 18 years old and a busy player for Sac Republic, Willie had the honor of playing for the U.S. under-18 national team last year. All right, upcoming matches presented in Spanish on 2DN. Next Saturday, a 4 p.m. Eastern start, Detroit City hosting Brooklyn FC. Then Wednesday, the 25th, Lexington SC hosts Brooklyn at 7 Eastern. And on Saturday, the 28th, another 4 p.m. Eastern match at Detroit City, this time against Charleston Battery. That's a look at the headlines for this week. Let's get you back to your match for the second half.
For more than 150 years, Ascension St. Vincent's has delivered award-winning compassionate care across Northeast Florida, with 4 hospitals, primary care offices, urgent care centers, and freestanding emergency departments throughout the region. From everyday wellness to advanced specialty care, including heart, cancer, orthopedics, brain and spine surgery, and women's health, we're here for you when you need us most. Get the care you count on, close to home. Learn more at ascension.org/St. Vincent's.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is bigger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. Find great deals on our huge selection. Like this month, when you lease a 2026 CRV for just $229 a month, or lease a 2025 Accord for $219 a month. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues, proud sponsor of Sporting JAX.
All right, Donkey Bunky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed their shoes up and I...
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
Sporting JAX, Pro Soccer, Pro JAX. Secure your seats now.
Tonight's USL Championship broadcast is brought to you by ViStar Credit Union, the University of North Florida, Dogtopia Jacksonville Beach Boulevard, Bomani, Pepsi, and Gatorade. Let's take a look at first half highlights presented by Honda of the Avenues. There were some opportunities in the first half for Sporting JAX. Home team trying to get it going into the 8th minute off the corner. Wahab Akwe just put it a bit wide. This was the kind of opportunity Sporting JAX saw quite a few times in that first half quarter.
Yeah, Akwe needs to put that on target. He's going to want that one back.
This one right across the face of the goalkeeper. Christian Oliveras, never on target, but we saw some of those moments as well created by Hartford.
Yeah, and just like Akwe's chance he had, Augie probably wants that one back, but as you see later on in the game, he finishes it.
More opportunities for Sporting JAX. This header by Emil Jaskalainen, just a few degrees off.
It's a tough finish, but you just want to see it get on target.
Then the late goal. This one coming after a long pass and some confusion in the box. And Augie Williams delivered.
Just a forward being a forward. Augie in the right spot at the right time. Puts his team up 1-0 on a huge goal in the 44th minute.
Here's another look at it. 87th career goal in the USL Championship for Augie Williams. Made it 1-0 Hartford, and that's the way the first half ended. You take a look at the numbers, and those possession numbers jump right out at you.
Yeah, the possession really jumps out because you can see Sporting JAX very comfortable with the ball. Love doing the overloads out wide, especially on the right. Evans, Neville, and Alcock getting all in there, playing but there's turnovers. Those little turnovers in the midfield spring them.
When you see 65-35 on possession, you see 6-3 in terms of shots, 3 zip shots on target. So Hartford has been much more efficient.
Yeah, they get that counterattack. They get Williams and Naglina in behind and get shots on target, just like what Sporting JAX need to do in the second half.
Big crowd here in Jacksonville watching, hoping for a second half goal. And there's the number, 10,357. Big crowd to start here at Hodges Stadium in Jacksonville. And as you mentioned, if they see a goal, the energy will go through the roof.
Yeah, Sporting Jacks can get that goal quick into this half, or even just the first goal into this half. They'll have the energy, the stadium all behind them, and could potentially lead to the second.
We'll see if we'll see any changes in the half. Country star Madison Hughes wrapping up her halftime set. All part of the festivities here at Hodges Stadium for the opener. And it looks like the same 11 for Sporting Jacks to begin the second half. Augie Williams, Christian Oliveros, Sporting Jacks keeper. Zeke Soto, Jacob Evans discussing tactics. No subs on either side to start the half. First order of business for Sporting Jacks. Pull that one back.
Yeah, try to get that one back. You started off the game in the first 15, 20 minutes, getting wide, getting box, get balls into the box. Create those chances. You never know. Look at Williams' goal. Ball bounces around, forwards in the right spot. Could tie this up 1-1 and get that stadium, get that energy going.
And second half underway. Sporting Jacks will have it to start, trailing by a goal. He's in ahead to Jaskalainen. Lead back for Evans. Now out wide and off the mark. There have been a couple of moments like that for Sporting Jacks where a pass has just been not quite there. Really indicative of a team that hasn't played together as much as they will have 2 or 3 months down the line.
Yeah, 100%. You'll see more and more relationships building and building throughout the games. First game at home, first regular season game, you see nerves, you see everything, but relationships will start building.
I heard Emerson talking about Brendan Burke's comment about cohesion and consistency, and we're seeing it from Hartford here in the opener. Well, they've added some key players like Coffey, like Augie Williams, the goal scorer. Here's Sadlier, back heel to Rose. Tyshawn Rose, now to Soto, quickly on the ground and knocked away. Well, best opportunity there for Sporting Jacks. Siaha got a hand to it.
It's a great save by Saha. Comes off a deflection. That's a great chance for Sporting Jacks. You want to see them keep their foot on the pedal, keep going, and get that goal.
There's Gomez. Wide for Sadlier. Back through Rose. He's able to track it down right along the line. Sadlier trying to find Alcock. Neville tried to run onto it. And a whistle with a lot of contact in the box.
A little ambitious from there. Bicycle kick with people all around. But as you can see, Siaha played with him in San Diego with Williams and me. And Siaha all in San Diego. He's a great shot stopping keeper. As you can see, it's a deflection off the defender. Great save. Parries it away.
Let's see that last opportunity there. Sadlier, rather, in the attempt at the bicycle kick by Alcock. Jaskalainen has a hard shot, and he was the one who got the first shot off. Announcing the sellout here in the stadium, getting some applause from the fans. Sadlier the header. Soto fighting for it. Jaskalainen can't get to it. Rose will collect it for Sporting Jacks. as the season goes along, not only will these players get to know one another, but the supporters will get to know the players as well. Sometimes you just look for that moment, that little flash of brilliance to start catching your eye.
Yeah, the fans are looking for someone to fall in love with the first goal of Sporting JAX, so it'd be good for them to get it in the first 15, 20 minutes if they can of this half.
Soto. Heading back for it, Dispay sends it ahead for Hartford. Gomez sends it back to Oliveros. There's been a fair amount of passing backward, dribbling backward for Sporting JAX in their own end.
Yeah, you can see Hartford's really stepping and pressing this half. They don't want Sporting JAX to have that energy, that early goal. They're trying to press them, get them to go long, win the second balls.
Eskalainen takes the turn and a whistle.
He didn't get many touches in the first half, but you don't want to see him dropping too deep to get into that midfield space. You want him to stay high. He's a forward. He wants to touch the ball. Let's get you some touches in the box and get a goal.
Interestingly, it was the center back Jordan Scarlett who came all the way out following him. So,
yeah,
man marking there. Of Sporting JAX players over by the corner flag starting to loosen, so we may be getting close to seeing substitution, perhaps as the hour mark approaches.
Yeah, you're usually first game of the season around that 65 minute mark. You'll start seeing the subs, see how the fitness will come in.
For Hartford. Hartford came down earlier in the week to escape the cold in the Northeast. Brendan Burke was sporting a vacation sunburn. We talked to him the other day.
Said there was 3 feet of snow the day they left.
Much better situation. Of course, Rhode Island had to postpone their opener because of that snow at home. Sporting JAX goes to Rhode Island next week. Fingers crossed for everybody involved that there's been a good melt. This will be a throw from near the corner flag. Sebastian Anderson try to fire this one into the box for Hartford Athletic. Headed up, Williams along the ground. And it went right off of Scarlett, who was making that back post run. Take another look here. This one was well executed by Hartford. Williams got to it, but a lot on it. Scarlett just trying to clean up.
You can see Williams just trying to hit it low and hard across the goal. Anything can happen, and almost, luckily for Sporting JAX, bounces the opposite way. But as you can see, he just finds the space, and the ball just finds him in the spot. 3 people go up for a header, falls to Augie Williams.
If it happens once or twice, you think it's just luck. But it's been happening for him for years.
Yeah.
Throw from the other side now for Hartford. Headed down. Out in front. Coffey tried to get to it. And a whistle. And the ref points to the spot. Barry Coffey earns the PK. Acquay and Soto pleading their case.
It's just a missed time, letting the ball bounce in the box. Missed time, little switch off.
It was Gomez with the kick.
Who else to step up for the PK?
Second yellow card for Sporting Jacks. This one on the center back, Antonio Gomez. And of course, as if there was any question who would take the PK for Hartford, it's Augie Williams.
And that's what happens when you let the ball bounce in the box. Just got to clear that, get the ball out, anything.
Looking for his 87th USL Championship goal and second of the night. Christian Oliveras in goal for Sporting Jacks. Augie Williams denied by Christian Oliveras. Big save for the Sporting Jacks keeper.
That'll bring the crowd out. That's what Sporting Jacks needs, that little spark. Now go get one.
Big save for Oliveras. This capacity crowd loved it. Can Sporting Jacks build on the energy created by the save by Oliveras? Williams plays it back. Nearly cut off, taken away by Jacksonville. Evans tried to slide it through, cut off by Hartford. Here's Anderson. Galena out wide. And Oliveras will collect this one. Had a much easier save than his previous effort.
Yeah, Oliveras, what a save. What a chance for him to keep the Sporting Jacks in the game. Now, Sporting Jacks have to build off that. And if you're Augie Williams, forget about it. You're forward. Forget that miss. Get another one.
Number 2 for Blue is coming out next up. Number 2.
Sporting Jacks sub coming up here in just a moment. As Dina Armstrong is taken off the penny.
How's it going today, man? I'm doing all right.
Out wide. Here's Anderson again. Gomez in the box, rising for the header. Rose, Sadlier, back to Gomez. Now Soto. Sporting Jacks trying to build off the save by Oliveras. Williams just keeps on running, almost intercepted that pass. Gomez.
Hey, Bob.
Coming forward, Sadlier.
Thank you.
Oliveras, who began his journey in soccer at a fairly late age. He was 12 years old when he started playing the game, and initially was a striker. Somehow wound up playing in goal, and it's worked out pretty well for him.
I think his height and his lankiness might have helped out there. What position he should be playing.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Soto. Sadlier. Soto.
Number 2, Blue.
And a sub coming in, and we'll take a look at the save by Oliveras on Augie Williams. Smothered it once, jumped on it the second time.
Yeah, didn't put enough into the corner, but great save by Oliveras.
And the sub for Sporting Jacks coming on now. Harvey Neville comes off, and Dina Armstrong comes on. Armstrong, one of the first 2 players introduced as first Sporting Jacks signees, along with Luke Graniter. Armstrong comes on. We've seen him play some right back and loves to get forward as well. Former St. Louis City 2 player. Swung into the box. Now along the ground and just wide. Oh, another great opportunity for Sporting Jacks. And Soto just hit it wide.
And those are the chances you need to finish. I know it's a tough finish, but just put it on target. Siaha has no chance of reacting to this shot. Just misses. I thought it was in when it left his foot.
Great look at it from this angle. Just overcooked it a bit. Soto has been active in this game, the 19-year-old.
Yeah, very active. One of the bright spots of Sporting Jacks in the first half and in this first 10, 12 minutes.
Here's Armstrong getting his first touch in a USL Championship match. He spent a little time this offseason, did Dita Armstrong, taping episodes of Fear Factor. I think he'll be having the same kind of feelings about this game, more excitement than fear, but he gets in there. Well, some opportunities here for Sporting Jacks, but have not been able to get it on target thus far.
Yeah, they're going to look back at those chances. One or two of them on target, that's a goal.
Second ball picked up by Hartford. Sent ahead. Ackway back. And a dangerous moment here as Oliveras came up to it, and Augie Williams just waiting like a cat in the brush to pounce on that one. Nearly had himself another.
Yeah, you could just see his work rate. He read it. He read the center back was going to play it back. Work right there. Fortunate enough for Sporting Jacks, doesn't go in the back of the net, but it's just one of those players that's going to give you 100% every minute he's on that field.
Sadlier trying to change the point. Cut off by Hartford. Gomez sends it forward for Tyshawn Rose, who can't quite keep it in.
Hey, right here is good. Right here is good. Hey. Vamos. Move it. Turn. All right,
And another throw coming here for Sporting Jacks. Let's check in with Emerson Burris down on the sidelines.
Thank you, Cole. Even though this is a brand new team, there are already some built-in connections helping Sporting Jacks build chemistry. 3 players on this roster: Dita Armstrong, who just came on the pitch, Juan Cusain, and Christian Oliveras previously played together in the St. Louis City system. Oliveras told me this week having those familiar faces has definitely made the transition to a new club easier. Also, another group with history together: Adam Luckhurst, Ahmad Alcock, and Jake McGuire all spent time playing with North Carolina FC. So while this roster is still coming together, there are already some relationships in place helping this group settle in. Cole?
You can even add Emil Jaskalainen in on the St. Louis conversation. He and Juan Cusain talked about the fact that they already know where each of them likes the ball. And you get a midfielder and a forward. It's such a valuable bit of knowledge for 2 players playing together.
100%, especially as a midfielder and a forward, just finding that space.
There's Jaskalainen taken down, and a foul, and Sporting Jacks will have a great opportunity here. Jaskalainen calling for a card, but Beverly Makangila not going to get one. Let's take a look at the foul.
Way to get your body in between the ball. Smart. Knew he wasn't going anywhere with that little touch, but getting that body, feeling that pressure on the back and falling over. Smart to get this free kick.
Jaskalainen and Cusain both setting up as if they're going to take this. Cusain put it down. Jaskalainen picks it back up, readjusts. Seen one sub for Sporting Jacks with Dita Armstrong coming in.
It's a little close to try to get it up and over the wall, but we'll see what we can do here.
Cusain, saved by Siaha, and almost put back in on the charge. Soto again in the mix, and Coffey just able to shield him from the ball. Pretty good effort by Cusain.
He's got to use his left foot to put that back across the goal instead of going with your right.
Another corner coming for Sporting Jacks. Sadlier readjusts at the behest of Matthew Corrigan, the referee. The wind blowing that corner flag. Sadlier.
a great ball in. Like we said in the first half, we have to be aggressive. Hartford's winning every single ball that we put in the box.
Their corner opportunity. Sadlier once again. Again, Hartford got ahead too. A corner from the other side now. Kuzane to take this one with the left foot. Again, Hartford got to it first. Sadlier hit it along the ground. It'll be a throw for Sporting JAX.
Hartford's doing very well with 3 corner kicks and now a long throw. Can Sporting JAX get something on target?
Alcock with the throw for Sporting JAX here. Goes short with it. Alcock now. Lifts one, back post. Kuzane got a foot to it. And cleared out by Hartford. Hartford Athletic has done an outstanding job defending set pieces here in this half. And now a card coming out. And Dita Armstrong. With a yellow card. 3rd yellow card pulled on Jacksonville in this matchup. Was not the last man back. You see Rose a little further afield. Fortunate that he was.
Yeah,
to be a red card.
If he knew he was back there, it's a great foul. But if he doesn't, that's a little reckless.
Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Hartford Athletic up 1-0 on the 44th minute goal by Augie Williams.
Perfect. We'll get you next up. Number 7, blue.
And a Sporting JAX sub getting set to come in. Nigel Reed is taken off the penny. Jaskalainen, Evans, Armstrong. Trying to target Augie Williams there. Armstrong comes back to play it. Williams presses Dita.
7 blue on the right side on that far side coming on. No.
There's Gomez. I'll take some big bounces tonight. And here comes another sub for Sporting JAX as Nigel Reed will come on and replace Jacob Evans. Evans did a lot of work in the midfield in his Sporting JAX debut.
Yeah, I thought Evans did well. Like the right side, overloading with Neville and Alcock. Just getting on the ball. Unfortunate, didn't get what he really wanted to create chances and everything, but thought he did well in his first appearance for Sporting JAX.
Substitutions presented by Gatorade, which is being consumed in decent quantities tonight by folks around muggy Northeast Florida. I know folks in Hartford, they don't want to hear about the warm, humid temperatures here in Jacksonville, but that's what the players are contending with.
Let's hear it, Jack. Make some noise for your Sporting Club Jack.
Rose keeps it in for Soto. Now Akwe. Alcock, and a throw coming for Soto, a throw coming for Sporting JAX. half chances keep coming. Here's Nyjah Reed. And a throw for Sporting JAX. Reed, a late arriver to camp, Canadian, and had to wait on some visa situations. Has played in the FC Dallas system for Ottawa Fury in France. Also played for Miami FC. Will be the next club to come to Jacksonville in a few weeks. And Galena. Armstrong tracking back. Galena cuts it inside to the byline, right out in front, went through everybody. Good look there from Hartford, but nobody making that back post run.
Yeah, Galena does so well on the outside there. Unfortunately, Williams and the winger make the same run. If one goes near post, one goes far, have a tap in there, and it could be easily 2-0.
Mentioned the next home match for Sporting JAX will be Miami FC for the Sporting JAX Gainbridge Super League women's team. Next home match will be March 28th with Spokane Zephyr coming to town. Call 904-863-KICK or visit sportingjax.com. You can also scan that QR code for tickets as the Sporting JAX women sit atop the Gainbridge Super League table with 4 more home matches and 10 matches overall to play in their inaugural season. The Balaam squad has been terrific this year. Leading goal scorer in the league, Ashlyn Huerta, the 19-year-old who just scored for the U.S. in the U19s. Top 3 assist creators in the league, and the top clean sheet deliverer as a goalkeeper in Caitlin Parks. It has been nothing but strong returns from the women's side, and trying to find a way to get a result here in the inaugural match in the USL Championship. Williams on the run out, waiting for help in Galena. Steps into the box. Now out in front. Anderson making a diagonal run. And chip toward Coffey, but cut off by Oliveros. You can see Oliveros' shot stopping and his footwork as a goalkeeper, very good.
Yeah, and he's also demanding in the box. Coming out, that PK save gave him a lot of confidence. Was hoping to see a little more confidence on Sporting JAX after that PK save. Get something in the box, get some shots on target. They had their chances, just need to finish it.
Here's Rose. Slides it through to Jaskalainen. Jaskalainen plays it wide. Rose. A deflection, another corner coming for Sporting JAX.
And right now, you just want to see one Sporting JAX person get on the end of this, head it down, put it in the back of the net.
Sadlier will take this one with the right foot. In front of his teammates who are warming up in the corner. Sadlier headed away. Once again, Hartford first head to the ball. And another corner coming.
No sub, no sub, no sub.
Yeah, got to get more aggressive in that box. Go attack the ball. I remember when I was playing, just being in on corners, was that when there was an attacker just attacking the ball, you're always second guessing. You're like, oh, is it going to go through me, go through the ball? Just got to have that confidence.
Is Juan Cousin. Spins it lower, and once again, Hartford gets to it first. Now Sadlier, with Augie Williams facing up on him. Sadlier back to his feet. And another corner kick. Nice. Nope, it's going to be a sub first coming in. Barry Coffey will come out. Samuel Arriaga coming in for Hartford.
Augie Williams scores the goal in that box. Guess who's defending on their own end line? That's what he's going to give you for 90 minutes.
He's been everywhere. So Coffey comes off. Arriaga coming on. Argentinian. On loan to Hartford last season after being on loan to Memphis 2 seasons prior.
later and later this game goes on, Hartford's going to kind of get in that 4-5-1, 5-4 low block, and it's going to be even harder for Sporting JAX.
Nigel Reed playing it wide for Dita Armstrong. Armstrong able to stretch the legs here a bit. 1v2 for the moment. Out in front, right at the top of the 6-yard box. And it was just a couple of inches behind Alcock. Another build-up opportunity for Sporting JAX.
Another chance that at least get a shot on target. Looks like it came at him quick. Hits his plant foot before he can even swing at it.
If nothing else, this looks like a team that is creating opportunities. The more they play together, those opportunities will become chances to be taken.
For sure. Just need to finish them. It could be a total different scoreline.
Soto pushed away. Sporting JAX continues to dominate possession in this match. 2/3 to 1/3. Have not been able to create chances on target. This one headed and handled by Siaha. Here's the last good chance for Sporting JAX. This could not get that needed extra touch from Ahmad Alcock. You can see the idea, though.
Yeah, they're doing very well getting the balls in the box, but we're not getting the players on and attacking the ball as aggressive as you would like.
More subs coming on now for Sporting JAX. And it will be Luke Graniter, the UNF product who played on this field to conclude his college career. He'll come on as Ahmad Alcock is subbed off, and Adam Luckhurst coming on. And Soto coming off. Luckhurst can really fly. And you'll recognize him with a shock of red hair. Former South Carolina star. We'll see if some fresh legs make a difference. Graniter, we mentioned, along with Dita Armstrong, among the first players signed by Sporting JAX. And he is one of the hometown guys on this squad.
Yeah, it's looked like Sporting JAX is going with 2 up top now. Trying to get that late push.
Graniter was a good goal scorer in college, including scoring a couple against North Carolina in the NCAA tournament. Started his college career at Chapel Hill. And now a takeaway for Hartford. Augie Williams. Swing it too wide. And Armstrong bodying up on Moreta.
Yeah, you don't see that from Williams by missing a pass that much, but luckily for Sporting JAX, overhit it. Didn't lead into a breakaway.
Here's Rose trying to measure it. Luckhurst making a run. Second ball collected by Hartford. Another opportunity here for Athletic. Williams wide, kicked away by Oliveras. And crisis averted for the moment. Williams continues to ask big questions.
Yeah, if he doesn't get a kick there, I think Neglina has a tap in the back post. You can see right now the field is starting to open up. That's where these fitness is coming from, this first game of the regular season. Got to keep those lines tight if you can. If you're Hartford, you want to keep them very tight. If you're Sporting JAX, you don't mind them getting a little and going on the counter.
eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. The 44th minute goal by Augie Williams has given Hartford the edge in the inaugural USL Championship match for Sporting JAX here at Hodges Stadium. Again, Hartford coming off the best season in club history last year. Won the Jägermeister Cup, made it to the playoffs, looking for more here, and they've got more. Samuel Carriaga. And it's 2-0 Hartford. That one was a bit against the run of play, but Hartford has doubled the lead.
You want to do it now? All right. As long as he checks in, we'll do it now.
And you can just see Naglina just getting around to the end line. This is what happens when you get balls in the box and runners that attack the ball. It's a great ball and a great finish to put Hartford up 2-0.
Carriaga, who came on as a sub, scoring in the 79th minute. It leaves Jacksonville asking all kinds of questions in the final 10-plus minutes. Take another look here. Naglina to the byline. And Carriaga just found the open space.
Yeah, a little soft on the defending there. Got to follow runners, but that's a great near post run.
And Sadat Anaku is now coming on for Augie Williams. You see at the bottom of your screen, Williams, who has made such a difference in his Hartford debut, gets congratulations from head coach Brendan Burke and the rest of the staff. He has made a major impact on this game. It's 2-0, and Sporting Jax has a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Yeah, I thought Williams had a great game. Unfortunately, not to finish that PK, but he worked hard, got in the right spots, just found the space in the box, finished his one opportunity, unfortunately for the PK, but as you can see, just giving a full 80 minutes to Brendan Burke.
Sadly, tried to pick out Jääskeläinen. Graniter got to it, couldn't control it. Headed by Akwe. Back over Niger Reed. Now back the other way. A sprint out for Carriaga. Doesn't have the numbers, waiting for help. Carriaga looking for his second, covered by Oliveros.
And if you're Sporting Jax, you don't want to get this game away from you. Just get some confidence. Hopefully get one in the next 5 minutes to make it a game, but also to build confidence going into Rhode Island next week.
Next stop is okay. Go! You don't have any jewelry, you have shin guards, right? Perfect. Next stoppage. Next stoppage. Coming on.
As Rose beats him there, he needs to whip that in right before that second touch. That last touch gives that defender that extra space to block that cross.
Into Reed. Now Kuzain. Jääskeläinen tried to make a turn. You can see the frustration building for Sporting Jax.
Yeah, you can see the frustration building. You don't want to bring that frustration into Rhode Island, so see if they can get some relationships built, get something positive out of this game, score a goal.
If you've been a Sporting Jax fan for a while, you might recall that on opening night, the women dropped a 3-1 decision and come back to top the table. So still a long way to go. And for the women, 4 home matches remain. Want tickets for the push to the playoffs? Use the QR code on your screen or call 904-863-KICK. Now from distance, Galia tried to sneak one past Oliveros, who was there for it. And a Hartford player down at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like he did something to his right hip when he shot that ball. Tried to get a little cute, chip the keeper from far out. Thought he could keep going with his speed.
Galena, yep, right hip. You're right. Call for the trainers. Didn't get much on it.
Yeah. And that's where Fitness Baby's coming in right now. 82nd minute. He's been running all day, up and down.
It appears that sub him out. Manuele Obalula has gone to the table. And Galena being worked on the pitch now. Here as the moments continue to tick away for Sporting Jacks. Here's another look at the goal. Galena creating it and delivered by Carriaga.
See Akwe get turned there, and then he thought the ball was going out of bounds. Just needs to keep going. See if you can block that cross. But unfortunately, it falls right to Hartford, and a great finish at the near post.
Continue to work on in Galena, just up for the first time here.
Board up now. Board up, right? Once he comes all the way up, it'll give you time to get there, okay?
And he'll be subbed off. It's Carriaga, the second goal scorer for Hartford Athletic.
Number 81, Ovalula.
Lula comes on, and Galena's night is done, and it was a productive one.
Yeah, I thought he played very well, obviously with the assist, but him and Williams just causing havoc, running in behind, picking up the second balls, battling for first balls. That's what you want from your pair of forwards.
I mentioned earlier, this is an evolving Sporting Jacks, not just roster, but at least the starting roster. A number of players are expected to be folded in over the next several weeks. But you want to bring something positive out of this opening match. There have been some opportunities.
Yeah, I thought the first 20 minutes of the game for Sporting Jacks was very good. And then also the first 5-10 minutes of the first half, or second half, sorry. They've had their opportunities. Unfortunately, Hartford has finished theirs. Sporting Jacks hasn't.
Sadly, given some space right out in front. Jaskalainen making the run. Couldn't get it on target. That's been the story of the night for Sporting Jacks in the attack. Opportunities, shots, but nothing of substance on target. Armstrong. Back to Habakwe. Now Antonio Gomez. Hartford continues to be stellar in defense. It's on set pieces or in transition. Hartford Athletic has maintained a very strong shape. Armstrong. Reed. Back to Armstrong. Now Kuzain. Sadlier. Dispossessed. And a long ball played forward will not find the mark. It'll be a throw for Sporting Jacks, but Hartford will be quite pleased to hit those long balls that trickle out of touch.
Yeah, Hartford's just trying to keep the ball and everybody in front of them for the next 4 or 5 minutes. One goal could change it, but Hartford doesn't want to have to worry about the next 5-10 minutes.
Here's Tyshawn Rose. Graniter. Armstrong ahead for Reed. Nigel Reed. Ball along the ground. Jaskalainen trying to find it. Siaha got to it. And a throw for Sporting Jacks in the 88th minute. If they could pull one back here, they'd have a chance. The clock is working against the home team. Gomez. Rose. Jaskalainen. Wide, it'll be a throw for Hartford. Hartford Athletic will not be in any kind of rush to get to this one.
You can see Sporting Jacks has the right idea. It's just that final one pass before we get to the cross is just a little off.
The inaugural USL Championship match for Sporting Jacks, and so far it has been spoiled by the visitors from the north. Jääskeläinen. Now Sattler. Headed away for a Sporting Jacks corner. This has been one area that has been dominated by Hartford tonight, defending on corners.
Yeah, I don't think Sporting Jacks has won one of these corners for the first touch.
Sattler. And Siaha rises and grabs it. Indicative of how it's gone. Final minute of regulation time. Likely to be a little added time. Armstrong fighting for it, and the offside flag up on the near side.
Yeah, you can see Hartford's playing smart. They're playing safe, not playing in the back. Just get it long, get out of here with 3 points. It's a great start to their season.
Talked about how Hartford wanted to continue the momentum built from last year. And they have certainly done that this evening. Another giveaway. Gomez able to recapture it. Hartford again, and it's 3-0 along the ground. Adewale Obalula, his first goal of the season. The Nigerian scored twice last year. It's 3-0 Hartford with 4 minutes of stoppage time being added. This one is all but done. Take another look at the sub, Obalula.
Yeah, you can't keep dropping. You got to step to him, step to the shooter, try to get whatever you can, try to block it. Fortunately, Jacksonville just giving too much space in the box, and any good forward's going to finish that.
Obalula. Little kiss to the Hodges Stadium turf. It will be a disappointing result for the home side, but a very promising start to the season for Hartford Athletic. (3-0) to the visitors.
Jacksonville just getting a little sloppy with those passes. That goal comes from Gomez playing the ball up into the middle of the field. You want to try to get air under it, keep it on the side. Can't be playing no-look balls into the middle of the field. Good teams will punish you for it.
This next week of training will certainly focus on the mistakes that were made. Liam Fox also will pick out some of the positives that came from today.
Yeah, you don't want to be too negative on the first game, but it's not how you want to start, but it's only one game into the season. You got 33 left. Just got to start building those relationships, get the players in, get the players positive, get something going.
Gomez. Out wide. Dita Armstrong. Swings it in. Jääskeläinen again. And the foul whistled on Sporting Jacks. Looks on the faces tell you everything you need to know about how this one has gone for the home team.
Yeah, you can tell by the energy level, you can tell by the frustration, tell by the fans walking out a little bit early. Everybody was excited, but still a long season, something to learn from, and they got to build off this.
Dita Armstrong. All these players, of course, making their Jacksonville debuts. All with high expectations for the season. There'll be plenty to work on after this one. Hartford maintains possession. Arriaga. Blocked away. Another errant pass. Jacksonville has dominated possession, but they've not done enough with it at all. Hartford's defensive shape has really made the difference in this game. You look and see 3-0. The 3 is an impressive start to the season, but the nil part of it, I think, is every bit as impressive for Hartford Athletic.
Yeah, defensively, Hartford's been unbelievable all over the spectrum. On the field, free kicks, corner kicks, everything that you could think of. Hartford's been locked in, won every single ball you could think of. And then obviously the 3 just finishing their chances.
Final seconds of the opener for Sporting Jacks and Hartford Athletic. Athletic dominant here in Florida. That's the way it ends. 3-0 to Hartford Athletic. Sporting Jacks falls in their inaugural match. We'll still be looking for the first goal in Sporting Jacks regular season men's soccer history. Corey, what do you take away from Hartford in this one?
Defensively, very good. Both your forwards, goal and assist. What more can you ask for?
And for Sporting Jacks, what do you build on here?
Just need to finish your opportunities. They were there. They were there. Keeper made a great save to come back into the game. Want to build off that a little bit. Finish your chances. It's going to win a totally different way.
The big stories, Augie Williams with his goal had a chance for a second, but the save of the match presented by Pepsi. Christian Oliveira stopping the PK. First in Sporting Jacks history. A lot of firsts tonight. One thing that didn't happen, the first goal, but the first man of the match is that man, Christian Oliveira, brought to you by Visit Jacksonville. Say 3 goals given up, but Oliveira did about everything he could.
Yeah, not much he could do on all 3 of those goals, but did keep his team at 1-0, a huge PK save. Hoping to build momentum on that, but fortunately for them, they didn't. But confidence going into him, making his PK save and playing well.
We'll take time out. Back to hear from head coach Liam Fox after Hartford Athletics' 3-0 victory, spoiling Sporting Jacks' debut in the USL Championship. Back right after this.
Alright, Tunky Bunky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed those shoes I've been eyeing.
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
Highland. Insurance, employee benefits, and risk management consulting since 1935. Built on trust and guided by our core values, we're more than a broker. We're your partner, helping you reduce risk and achieve your objectives. From mergers and acquisitions to captives and global risk strategies, we help you navigate complexity with confidence. Our tailored solutions transform uncertainty into opportunity because the right strategy makes all the difference. Better risk management starts with the right partner. Choose Highland.
At Hodges Stadium following the 3-0 season opening victory by Hartford Athletic over Sporting Jacks. Cole Pepper along with Corey Herzog. Let's hear from the Sporting Jacks head coach Liam Fox after the team's first championship match.
Well, Coach, not the result we wanted tonight, but what a night. First inaugural game, huge crowd. What are your emotions about this game?
We're naturally disappointed. Like you say, a huge crowd's turned out to support us. We had some good moments in the game, and we lost some big moments. So, listen, I think we're a new side. We've only been together 5.5 weeks. We're still missing some bodies. But there's large parts of tonight I'm quite pleased with, but there's also stuff that needs to be worked on, and we'll get back to work and we'll get back to training the next couple of days, and we'll start building those blocks from there.
Every week, every game, you will continue to learn more about your group. What are the positives that you did see tonight on the pitch? Yeah, well, listen, I thought their attitude and their application was really good. I thought we had some good moments in possession. Probably need more. Probably need to create a wee bit more, and then when we do create a couple of chances, we need to be clinical and ruthless enough to take them, and that is the big moments that we're talking about. So every day's learning for me. The players are getting used to me, I'm getting used to them. It was our first league game tonight, and like I say, just disappointing that we couldn't send the fans away with something else, but hopefully they've seen enough in us tonight to come back and keep giving us their backing. You head on the road next. How do you rally this group, give them the confidence to get a win next weekend? Yeah, well, listen, nobody said this was going to be easy. I repeat, we're a group that's just been put together in the last sort of 5 weeks, so there'll be loads and loads of ups and loads of downs. There'll be some really tough challenges. We're away to Rhode Island next week. Really good established side with some good players. But listen, it's not going to be an issue picking them up. That's my job. They're privileged to be here. I'm privileged to be here. And we'll get back to work, and I look forward to that. Coach, thanks so much. No problem. Guys, up to you.
Emerson, thank you. Let's take a look at the highlights from this one. And a lot of highlights on the visitor side, including the first goal of the match. Augie Williams delivering here his 86th USL Championship goal to give Hartford the early lead.
Yeah, you give him space, and he finds the ball in the box with an open net. What else is he going to do? Put it in the back.
52nd minute, a great opportunity here. Emil Jaskalainen with a rocket, and well saved by Anthony Siaha.
Yeah, great reaction save there by Siaha.
And just minutes later, another opportunity here in the box led to a PK. Williams. The save, though, by Christian Oliveras had to be the high point of the game for Sporting JAX.
Yeah, great save there. I thought it was going to turn there for Sporting JAX.
However, opportunities when they were there just couldn't be taken by Sporting JAX. This one by Juan Couzain over the top, and then Soto trying to finish it off. 79th minute, and this one really the heartbreaker as Ingalina set it in, and Samuel Carriaga found the net to make it a 2-0 Hartford lead.
Yeah, you can see Naglina get on that, get across in a great near post run.
And then in the 90th minute, just the final dagger delivered by Adewale Obalula, a 3-0 Hartford Athletic victory on the road to start things. And they have begun their season in impressive fashion. Look at the possession numbers. Sporting JAX dominating possession, but it's what you do with it. Only 2 shots on target for Sporting JAX. To be fair, Hartford only had 3 on target. 3 of them went in. That doesn't include the PK. What other numbers here jump out at you?
The corners. The corners really jump out. 8 corners. I don't think I've seen one Sporting JAX player get on the end of it. So that's a negative but a positive that you could bring out of this game.
Something to build on for the future for Sporting JAX and something to celebrate for Hartford Athletic. For those watching on ESPN Plus or back in Hartford, we'll say goodnight. If you're watching in Jacksonville, more of our post-game coverage from Hodges Stadium coming up. Sporting JAX falls at home in the inaugural match, 3-0 to Hartford Athletic. What a...
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Here in Jacksonville at Hodges Stadium on the UNF campus, you see Dina Armstrong down there taking pictures, signing autographs. This is also a big part of this for Sporting JAX, having a professional side back in town, and the fans really responding tonight.
Yeah, with the academy all here, all the kids. Yes, it didn't get the result that you wanted, but kids are more looking forward to going to meet the players, sign some autographs, make a kid's day.
Well, let's hear from the man who wore the captain's armband tonight. Kieran Sadlier is standing by with Emerson.
Kieran, what a night, inaugural match, great fans out here. What are your emotions to describe a night like this?
bit of both, really. Like, amazing night, historic night to come and to have our first match. All the fans have come out, and that's great and stuff. But then obviously we want to put a show on for them and win the first game, which we couldn't do tonight. Which was frustrating because we played some good stuff. We played some nice football. Probably the best football we've played all pre-season leading up to it. We got the ball down and passed it in good spells and stuff, but we just couldn't kind of do it in the final third. So it's disappointing in that aspect, but a great night for the club and starting off our season.
You wore the captain's armband tonight. How do you rally this group together, give them the confidence to attack the next game?
I think just use experience. Like, you should never really get too high or get too low. You just you can try to stay in the middle. It's useful. That's kind of something I've learned through my career. Just kind of do that and you won't go far and miss. But look, we've got some young lads in the team and we've got some experienced lads in the team. So we'll be fine. We'll just get back into training and put the wrongs right and try and improve even more on what we were doing.
You head on the road to Rhode Island next. What needs to be worked on this coming week in training to get the win there?
I think just the final third of just finishing off our good passing moves, just building connections. Look, it's really early days. We're still getting to know each other and stuff. And I know, I don't want to say that too much more, but we are. That is the truth. We're still trying to build partnerships on the pitch, and we still got some more players to come into the team as well and into the squad. So yeah, I think it's important we just kind of get back to the training pitch on Monday and work on those things.
Kieran, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
Guys, up to you.
All right, Emerson, thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah, the point that has been made several times within these interviews here after the game about the fact that this is not the full squad, and it's not a squad that has been together for very long. As we said in pregame, the expectation is this team will continue to improve over time. There's a lot to work on right now.
Yeah, it's just a learning step right there. They just need to learn that they need to finish chances in this league. If you don't, good teams will put you away. They've created the chances, maybe not as many as like the Liam wanted, but they did have chances to come back into the game. A PK save. Momentum was on their side. Fortunate didn't get that one goal.
All right, let's hear from one more player for Sporting JAX, a guy who was certainly familiar with this pitch, Luke Graniter, the former UNF Osprey, standing by with Emerson.
Cole, you're so right. He is very familiar with this pitch. You graduated from UNF. You played so many games on this field. What is it like to step onto the pitch in the Sporting JAX jersey tonight?
It was crazy. Like the stands have never been this packed for a game I played here, so it was familiar. Obviously, only like a couple months removed from graduating, but it was a different environment. So I was a little bit nervous. It was exciting though. Fun to play here.
You got the nerves out. You got to play quite a few minutes on the pitch tonight. The team didn't finish the right way in the final third. What needs to be worked on ahead of Rhode Island?
I think we just need more belief and more we just need to be braver and have confidence in ourselves going forward, have the confidence to go at somebody, beat somebody 1v1, and just more confidence. I think we have all the tools. It'll come with time, but we just need to be more confident as individuals and as a team.
Luke, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations. Guys.
All right, thank you so much. Players continue to meet with fans as we look forward to next week for Sporting JAX on the road, as Emerson has been mentioning, and a trip to Rhode Island FC. Last year, Rhode Island was the 7th seed in the playoffs in their second season in the league and had a great run in the postseason all the way to the Eastern Conference semifinals. This is a side that has had great success almost from the beginning coming into the USL Championship.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier for Sporting JAX going into Rhode Island. Just need to go there with that confidence. Can't go in, not finish your chances. Rhode Island will be one of those teams that will punish you if you do.
It was going to be a second match for Rhode Island, but instead it will be their season opener because this is what their pitch looked like this week with snow everywhere. The folks at Rhode Island know how to handle the snow, but the pitch just impossible to get to. So it will be the season opener for Rhode Island. It will probably be a lot colder than the 70-something degrees Sporting JAX played in tonight.
Yeah, hopefully have the winter Parkers to go up there to Rhode Island.
Be ready for that one next week as Sporting JAX will look for their first win, first result, first goal in the USL Championship. More to come on our post-game coverage straight ahead after a 3-0 Hartford Athletic victory over Sporting JAX. Stick around. More to come from Hodges Stadium.
For more than 150 years, Ascension St. Vincent's has delivered award-winning compassionate care across Northeast Florida, with 4 hospitals, primary care offices, urgent care centers, and freestanding emergency departments throughout the region. From everyday wellness to advanced specialty care, including heart, cancer, orthopedics, brain and spine surgery, and women's health, we're here for you when you need us most. Get the care you count on, close to home. Learn more at ascension.org/St. Vincent's.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is bigger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. Find great deals on our huge selection, like this month when you lease a 2026 CR-V for just $229 a month, or lease a 2025 Accord for $219 a month. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues, proud sponsor of Sporting JAX.
All right, Chunky Bunky, you're gonna love these jammies I just got for you.
I just got cash back on all of this makeup.
You know we can use Price.com in store?
I just grabbed those shoes I've been eyeing.
Can't forget our protein powder.
Just a little something for you, babe.
You win.
Sporting JAX, Pro Soccer, Pro JAX. Secure your seats now.
3-0 Hartford Athletics, spoiling Sporting JAX' inaugural game of the USL Championship here tonight. Saw some outstanding performances, including from the Sporting JAX goalkeeper, Christian Oliveras. We named him our man of the match. Let's learn more about him as Emerson Burris tells us about his pathway to Jacksonville.
Oliveras didn't even start playing soccer until he was 12, and when he did, he wasn't in goal.
I didn't play until 12 years old, actually. So I started late. Yeah, and I started as a striker. I wasn't very good because I was always super tall, lanky.
It wasn't until a coach suggested a position change that everything started to click.
Another guy looked at my height. He was like, oh, hey, you should be a goalkeeper. And, at first when you start off, you're not that good. But I think I picked it up a little bit more quicker than as a field player. Yeah, after that year, it just clicked, okay, this can be serious.
Not long after, Oliveras faced one of the toughest decisions of his career, with just 2 days to decide whether to sign his first professional deal.
They gave me 2 days to decide, you want to sign pro for 2 months? And in my head, I was like, I'm going to risk being eligible. What if things don't work out?
Before making the leap, he picked up the phone and called the person he trusted most, his dad.
You've been desperate for a contract. You want to step into the pro level. You can go. Yeah, you're risking eligibility, but you never know what can happen.
Oliveras took the risk, a move that launched his pro career, including 3 seasons in the St. Louis City system. Now in JAX, having a few familiar faces from St. Louis has made the transition easier.
I think it's much easier. The transition here was a little easier. I think having those guys here, it was just a little bit more relaxing.
And for Oliveras, the opportunity to be part of something brand new was a challenge he couldn't pass up.
I think I was looking for a new challenge, and just the project that everyone laid out of Sporting JAX. It was just a really exciting project they were presenting, and what they want to do. And recently announcing the new stadium, I think it's really good, not just for the players, but for the community. So it's something I look forward to.
Christian Oliveras in goal tonight, our man of the match, despite the 3-0 loss to Hartford Athletic. More post-game coverage straight ahead. We'll look back at the highlights and the numbers, look ahead to what's to come for Sporting JAX, and the impact of the stadium announcement this week. That's all straight ahead after a 3-0 loss to Hartford Athletic.
Sporting JAX is proud to offer Bomani Espresso Martinis. Bomani comes in 2 delicious flavors, Skinny Espresso Martini for black coffee lovers, and Vanilla Espresso Martini for those who enjoy latte-style beverages. Both flavors are made with real coffee and real vodka and are dairy and gluten-free. With half a cup of coffee's worth of caffeine per can, Bomani is perfect for a halftime pick-me-up. Stay electric.
Greetings from Jacksonville, the flip side of Florida. Here, you'll find flip-flops and cowboy boots, sushi and soul food, surfers and skaters, Mozart and monster trucks, beachgoers and townies. Find art galleries and city murals, funky neighborhoods, and historic districts. Spend the day on the river or at the beach, in the park or on the trail, at the game or on the green. On the flip side, anything is possible, except running out of things to do. Learn more at visitjacksonville.com.
The weather keeps us on our toes. 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute, pop-up showers.
And that's why we plan for quick changes. Letting you know the exact minute you'll need a jacket, an umbrella, or some flip-flops.
Before things turn messy, with spot-on alerts wherever you are. There are no surprises when you stay ready with the Weather Authority. Always watching, always tracking. We got the hotness, them no stop this, no.
And we welcome you back to Hodges Stadium on the UNF campus after a 3-0 Sporting Jacks defeat by Hartford Athletic. We'll talk more about the game here in just a moment, but let's also talk about the evening, the night, what this meant. Along with Corey Herzog, I'm Cole Pepper. Corey, 10,357 were here. You heard Luke Graniter, who played at UNF, say he's never seen the stands full for a soccer game like this. It was a sellout and then some. Let's talk about the night and the impact of that for Sporting Jacks.
Yeah, it's a great night for the academy, for the city, for the community. It's just a huge opportunity for all those kids to believe in something, believe and see what they can be in the next couple of years.
You're coaching at the youth level as well. The conversations that can be had when you have a pro team in your area, in your market, and you can see that pathway to the pros, just from a soccer player standpoint, that makes a huge impact.
Yeah, 100%. I coach at all ages down in Palm Coast, and I say it all the time. That's where you could be in 5, 6, 7 years. So it gives them a little belief, even at that lower stage, and then coming out and watching them play. Fortunate for the result, but kids had fun.
Let's also talk about the path to this day. You go all the way back to when the team was announced in 2022. Even before that, the groundwork was being laid. And you get to this week, and you have the stadium announcement on Monday, big luncheon with sponsors and supporters on Tuesday with a sold-out room, sellout for the opener. I mean, the momentum for Sporting Jacks right now, pretty impressive.
Yeah, you got to put the result in the back burner and all that, but tonight was a huge night, just not for Jacksonville, not for the community, but more importantly, the fans, the academy, and the kids that were there able to watch.
Well, we certainly look forward to seeing the fans back out the next time Sporting Jacks is at home. But let's talk about this game now and what we learned about Sporting Jacks in this game. What were the things that stood out to you the most in terms of the positives and the things that have to be improved on?
I think the positives, they came out and started the first 18, 20 minutes very well. They started overloading the wides, started getting balls in the box, and then it kind of got away from them. Hartford kind of put their foot in the ground, got their momentum going, and Sporting Jacks kind of got away with that. And obviously Hartford finished their chances. Sporting Jacks didn't.
You know, one of the other things that as we take a look at some of the highlights, we'll talk about what happens going forward for Sporting Jacks in terms of the evolving roster. Here was the first goal right before the end of the first half. Augie Williams, the all-time active goal scorer in the USL Championship. And this certainly was a kind of against the run of play in many ways, but a pragmatic build-up to that. In the second half, opportunities for Sporting Jacks as Emil Jaskalainen had this shot that was parried away by Anthony Siaha. There were a few chances for Sporting Jacks. There were moments, but when Hartford had their moments, they seemed to deliver on them almost without fail. The one fail would be this one. Big save by Christian Oliveras on the Augie Williams PK.
Yeah, and like you said, Hartford had 3 shots on goals. 3 shots or 3 goals. So that was the difference in the game.
Here was an opportunity for Sporting Jacks that was on goal. Juan Kuzain going over the top and around the wall, but the second ball, they couldn't get to it. Then in the 79th minute, another opportunity here, and a bit of a defensive breakdown for Sporting Jacks led to the goal for Hartford.
Yeah, just the defender not clearing the ball, getting spun around, thinking the ball's going out, and then a near post run. Great finish.
And then, as we called it, the dagger just sort of ended it here with Obalula scoring along the ground. 3-0 will be the final score. But the way that Hartford played is the thing that's going to be remembered the most. This team, Sporting Jacks, will take on their next home match against Miami FC. That's a game that will be broadcast on CBS Golazo, as well as CW17 in Jacksonville. That's Wednesday, March 25th. A 7:30 kickoff. Tickets for that are available by going to sportingjacks.com or by calling 904-863-KICK. All right, now let's talk about how Sporting Jacks will evolve moving forward. There are 3 or 4 players, international players, who are waiting on visas to be cleared, who are now coming in to Jacksonville, who are likely to either be big contributors, maybe even starters for this team. We're going to see a much different team as the first month unfolds.
Yeah, and you're already seeing that relationship starting to build. Obviously, they only had 5 weeks in the preseason. You saw it tonight, and now more players coming in. It's going to take a little bit extended preseason, I guess you could say, with this game, maybe next game, get those relationships. And it's only the first game. You got 33 left.
A long way to go in the USL Championship. You were a goal scorer. How do you develop those relationships with the wide players and the midfielders to have your best success?
Yeah, you're just going into training and just talking to them, what they're comfortable with, what you're comfortable with, and then just grabbing the player after practice, be like, hey, whip in 10 crosses. Now I'm starting to see how you're looking, how you're about to cross the ball, because there's different little things that help a forward get that extra space, like Augie Williams getting that little space, or a near post run that you can learn from your wingers. Those little relationships are huge and going into scoring goals.
No doubt about it. Now Sporting Jacks will be going on the road next game, as we mentioned, at Rhode Island in the cold in the Northeast. That's going to be a different experience than playing on a warm day in front of 10,000-plus fans.
Yeah, 100%. Going into cold weather. I hate cold weather. That's why I moved to Florida. But cold weather does bring that. But it also could be a little team building. If they go in there, get a point, get 3 points, that's when it starts snowballing into more and more confidence and more points on the road.
Hopefully it won't be a snowball that they'll be playing with in Rhode Island next week. That's a game, by the way, you can watch on ESPN+. All the road games streamed on ESPN+, and you can always check out the home games right here on Channel 4 or CW17. Also looking ahead, there is a huge day for Sporting Jacks and Jacksonville soccer coming up. On April the 4th, Hodges Stadium will host a men's and women's doubleheader. The women will play at 2 in a game that will be streamed on Peacock and broadcast on Channel 4. The men will play at 7:30 in a game that will be streamed on ESPN Plus and broadcast on Channel 4. What we talk about this is a big event, a big day for the soccer community in Jacksonville. That's another one coming up on April the 4th.
Yeah, telling me I can get 2 games Sporting Jacks in one day. What more can I ask for? Should be a packed crowd for the 2, for the women's and the men. Hopefully we come out with 6 points.
There should be a lot also in between now and then. And we'll announce some of the festivities that will happen between games as well. Obviously, you got roughly 2 hours plus for each game, so some time in between for the fans to celebrate. So be looking for some of those details on what we'll be putting on for that doubleheader. That's the first of 2 doubleheaders in the month of April for Sporting Jacks as the men and women go at it. We should mention the women will be back at it next weekend at Fort Lauderdale United. They're right now, Sporting Jacks, atop the table with the leading goal scorer, top 3 assisters, and the leading goalkeeper in the league. Stacey Balem's team is flying right now, and so they have set the standard. Once the men get all the bodies in, we expect them to be able to catch up there as far as that's concerned. It has been quite a first year, not even a full first year, for Sporting Jacks on the pitch.
Yeah, it's exciting. Starting tonight, starting with the fans, starting with the community. Just got to build from this and hopefully get 1 to 3 points next week.
Yeah, we're looking for some performances next week. Corey, thanks so much.
Great
to have you on the broadcast. We'll have more from Corey coming out throughout the course of the year. Tonight, it wasn't the night for Sporting Jacks. A 3-0 loss to Hartford Athletic to open the USL Championship campaign. They'll be looking for the first goal, the first points, and maybe the first win in Rhode Island coming up next weekend. For Emerson Burris and Corey Herzog, I'm Cole Pemper. Thanks so much for watching Sporting Jacks Soccer. We'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.